Heruma, Secretary to the Treasury, Ministry of Finance and Planning, Mr. Niranjan Figurado, Deutsche Bank. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, it's a great pleasure to welcome you to this 11th edition of the Top German Brand event, organized by the delegation of German industry in Sri Lanka, the AHK, in partnership with the German Embassy in Colombo. We are delighted to host this year's celebration here at the Cinnamon Live, bringing together once again the vibrant community of the German brands, partners, friends, and continue to strengthen the economic and cultural ties between Germany and Sri Lanka. A heartfelt thank you to all the companies whose brands are featured on our logo wall. That display will not only appear across our media channels, but will also be showcased at the AHK office and the German Embassy throughout 2026, a lasting symbol of our shared commitment. A very special thanks is to welcome our valued premier partners, our platinum partners Atkins Spence, BCS Technology, Demo, Haley's Travels, IWS Holdings, and Militzer & Munch, our gold partners, Allianz, Bayer, Continental, Häfele, Hellmann & Wirth, and our silver partners, Equadynamics, B. Braun, Bosch, Silent Oxygen, aka Linde, Deutsche Bank, Ecosolares, Vikramarachi, MAS, LLE Solutions, and Velo. Your continued trust and collaboration and support are actually the driving force behind our work, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Over the past year, we have actively championed efforts to improve the ease of doing business in Sri Lanka. On behalf of German brands, we have engaged with local agencies and government stakeholders, presenting recommendations to, for example, the Director General of the Sri Lanka Customs, the Honorable Minister of Health, the Chairman of the Board of Investment, and even directly to the Honorable Prime Minister. Through these engagements, our focus has been clear: to foster a more streamlined, predictable, and business-friendly environment in Sri Lanka. We have placed also very strong emphasis on promoting Sri Lanka as a MICE destination and proudly focused on our market entry services and the execution of public projects. Key highlight of those efforts were our MICE awareness event in May 2025 with the launch of the campaign Host with Impact, Meet in Colombo, and of course the very recent Sri Lanka German Tourism Conference held at the Kingsbury, Colombo. In addition, our active participation in leading international trade fairs has opened new opportunities for Sri Lankan companies to connect with global markets. Through our initiatives, we continue to turn the spotlight on Sri Lanka, reinforcing its role as a safe, competitive, and attractive destination for trade and investment. Another keystone of our work are the sector committees. The sector committees provide a vital platform for knowledge sharing, collaboration, and joint advocacy on issues affecting entire industries. The AHK ensures that the voices are heard and that collective challenges are turned into opportunities. We have also been actively engaged in vocational training and skills development initiatives by promoting German standards of dual vocational training in Sri Lanka. We aim to equip young professionals with a hands-on technical expertise. These efforts not only empower individuals with employable skills, but also strengthen the competitiveness of local industries in line with global benchmarks. With that all being said, thank you very much for your presence today and your continued support, and I wish us all a fantastic evening. Thank you so much.
The Ambassador of the German Embassy here in Colombo, His Excellency Dr. Felix Neumann, addressing all of you.
Honorable Arun Hemachandra, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Employment, Dr. Harshana Suri-Yapereruma, Secretary to the Treasury, dear representatives of the top German brands in Sri Lanka, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Let me thank Martin Klose for inviting me to celebrate the 11th edition of the German Brands event. I'm honored to extend my heartfelt congratulations to AHK Sri Lanka and, of course, all participating German brands. This milestone is a testament to the strong and enduring partnership between Germany and Sri Lanka, which has flourished for over 70 years now. The presence of over 300 German brands at this event signifies not only the robust economic ties between our two nations, but also the mutual respect and trust that have been cultivated through decades of collaboration. As you know, there is a new government in Germany headed by the conservative CDU-CSU and the SPD as coalition partners. A special focus of the new German government is on wealth creation, economic growth, and prosperity. In line with this renewed emphasis on increased economic growth, AHK in September of this year hosted a German tourism business, as Martin Klose already mentioned, delegation, with companies interested in enhancing and increasing their business activities in Sri Lanka's growing tourism sector. Economic growth and prosperity are also one of the key pillars of the Sri Lankan government's policy, and this is well aligned with Germany's foreign policy goals. This year has been a particularly special year in our bilateral relationship, with the visits of the Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Harini Amarasuriya in March to Hamburg, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Employment, Honorable Arun Hemachandra's visit to Berlin in May, and with the culmination of the official visit of His Excellency President Anura Kumara Dissanayake to Germany in early June this year. These visits, especially the President's visits, gave the opportunity to meet and exchange ideas and views with German business community. Thus, economic growth and wealth creation is a shared goal between our two countries. In these challenging times, we can forge closer bilateral ties in business, in culture, and from people to people. Ties that are truly inspiring and in which Germany stands as a good friend, a steady and reliable partner as our two countries navigate global, regional, and domestic challenges. As we look ahead, I'm confident that the partnership between Germany and Sri Lanka will continue to grow and thrive. Our shared commitment to innovation, quality, and sustainability will drive us forward, opening new avenues for cooperation and development. I congratulate all German brands for their outstanding success in Sri Lanka and commend the AHK Sri Lanka, excellently managed by Mr. Martin Klose and his entire team, for their dedication and hard work in organizing this remarkable event. Together, we are building a brighter future, fostering economic growth, and enhancing the well-being of our communities. Best wishes for a successful and inspiring Top German Brands 2025. Thank you.
Very good evening to all of you all, particularly to welcome the Chief of Delegate, His Excellency the Ambassador, and the Honorable Deputy Minister. But most importantly, the friends visiting from Germany with a history and a relationship going for many generations and decades. the trust, loyalty, and the confidence you have had in the Sri Lankan market. So all of you all once again are warmly welcome to the session as well as to Sri Lanka. I saw a short while ago on screen 300 different brands that are present in Sri Lanka, and some of those brands are known to Sri Lankan citizens for many, many decades. Some of them could be as good as household brands, names that we recall on a day-in, day-out basis. Similarly, German brands, technology, investments, and expertise is renowned across the world for its superiority to deliver the best to the world. Sri Lanka is also known for its superiority in terms of tourists as a tourist destination. We are known across the world, Honorable Ambassador, as a beautiful location. However, going forward, Sri Lanka will have something far more better to showcase to the world, in addition to being a wonderful tourist destination. That is, as an investment destination, a success story to tell to the world how stability has been brought about within a short period of time. In one angle, political stability, where a parliament with 2/3 majority, economic stability, where multiple indicators showcase the achievements within a short period, and social stability, allowing citizens to engage very confidently with their day-to-day engagements, including importation of motor vehicles that was suspended for nearly 5 years. This transformation is a mixture of multiple facts. Political leadership to do the right thing, not just by statement, but by action demonstration. To ensure the law of the land is prevailed and no one is above law. By ensuring equal opportunities, investors, businesses, to create a level playing field, a fair treatment and a hearing for your individual case. This is the trust, this is the confidence that we need to give to you as business enterprises that Sri Lanka is ready. Our economic indicators, consecutive growth in several of last quarters, 8 of them to be precise, continuous GDP growth. Last quarter results were released very recently, hitting nearly 5%. Our reserve position is getting stronger by the day, despite the fact that we have opened up importation, which gives opportunities for high-quality vehicles from Germany to enter into Sri Lankan market. This is to showcase it is not a closed environment. We are open for business. We want to ensure our businesses are able to compete, learn, collaborate with your enterprises, and to take Sri Lankan businesses and even your businesses beyond Sri Lanka. We have 22 million, relatively smallest population, but because of our positioning in the region, there is easy access to billions, markets with billions of people. So there's a wonderful opportunity at hand, and time is now. The advancement that we have gained, or the improvements that we made within a short period of time, one element that I need to emphasize is the improvements in the governance framework of the country. The level of transparency, the way how financial affairs is conducted by state institutions to ensure we are accountable for the money that public have entrusted as custodians, to make sure they are being put into good use, and as a result, investment opportunities are created. Government will make investments in the right areas, not because of individual preference, but based on an identified rational basis, justified by economic feasibilities, financial feasibilities, environment impact assessment to make sure we preserve this country for future generations, complying with global best practices and standards. As I said, the journey has begun. For the first time, all state banks have been appointed with majority independent directors, selected through a process independent to the government existing mechanism, where it was advertised. A professional institution was called to select, screen the candidates, and provide a list of candidates to the government. And for the government, for the Ministry of Finance, it was not a choice, but to make sure those selected candidates are appointed to each of the boards of respective banks, depending on their individual profile, whether they are from legal fraternity, accounting qualifications, engineering abilities, etc., academic background. There's an independent panel that has selected them and nominated. Government just handed over them to the central bank to be appointed to state banks, 6 of state banks, for the first time in history. Not only that, Honorable Ambassador, His Excellency, for the first time, there are many other groundbreaking situations that we see in Sri Lanka. Another one of them, Sri Lanka is achieving its revenue targets month on month for the first time. So it is not accident, where 1 month we have achieved revenue target and another month we have slipped. Month on month, we are achieving and exceeding, very happy to say at this stage, our revenue targets. First time in the history. Not only that, for the first time in the history, all 3 revenue agencies, major ones, Inland Revenue, Customs, Excise Department, all 3 are exceeding their revenue targets for the current year. As I mentioned, how did we do that? We used the same existing mechanism. We use the good government officers that we have. The ingredient is the leadership, the approach, the teamwork, flexibility, and honoring the commitment given with the mandate to people. That's where we gain support from everyone to do the right thing. Initially, it was a little difficult for team members to digest what were our interests. Whether are we to continue the same history, what we have seen in the past, or whether we have started a new journey. Numbers will speak for it now. As of today, our interest rates have become historically low compared to how it was before. We had 30% nearly official interest rates announced, His Excellency, 3 years back. Now it is down to 7+. Government has been the largest borrower in the market. Government has withdrawn from that largest borrower from position in the market, allowing businesses to access the capital from the banking sector. As a result, now businesses are able to access capital at a much, much lower rate, at a competitive rate. Similarly, exchange rate has stabilized. Our reserve position is getting stronger by the day. And as we all know, we are within an IMF program as well. And we have delivered the results that we have agreed with them within the framework. This has given the confidence not only to investors locally, but international investors as well. When I say confidence to investors locally, ASPI, All Share Price Index, is all-time high, over 20,000. Not only the local market, it is not only the confidence of local investors. If you look at the yield curve for our international bonds that are being traded, restructured also, we can see the yield curve is coming down. What does it mean? They are not asking for the premium for the risk that they saw before. Why? Country's governance structure is improving. Transparency is improving. Accountability is improving. That is the confidence that we wanted to showcase to the world. So there are many engagements of this nature that the government is delivering passionately, to make sure we are preparing ourselves to take the country forward. Time is now. Time is now to enter into Sri Lankan market, to expand your business opportunities. Use Sri Lanka as a platform to reach out to other markets, because we are on an ambitious plan of growth with the support of everyone, well-wishers, particularly team members who are present here today. Once again, thank you very much for the solidarity and the confidence that you have showcased by being with us today in person. We want to wish you all the very best and success in doing business in Sri Lanka. Do reach out to us, to the Ministry of Finance, if you have a matter that needs to be discussed. We are there to talk to you, assist you, for you to succeed. We want your businesses to be better, bigger, and more profitable by doing business in Sri Lanka. So let's continue the journey together. Once again, thank you very much for inviting me, and I wish all the very best for your engagements that you have planned. Thank you very much.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, esteemed business leaders. As chief guest this evening, it gives me great pride to stand before you at the Top German Brands 2025 Gala, an occasion that is not simply a recognition of commercial success, but a celebration of trust, commitment, and partnership. Tonight, we recognize more than 300 German brands that are part of Sri Lanka's economy. This is more than trade or investment. It is steadfastness. It is the confidence to remain with Sri Lanka during challenging times and the vision to grow with us as we move towards renewal. This steadfastness deserves our deepest respect. German companies here have shown not only economic strength, but also fortitude and trust in Sri Lanka's future. Under the leadership of His Excellency the President, Anura Kumara Dissanayake, Sri Lanka is shaping a new political culture defined by transparency, accountability, and fairness. These are not abstract ideals. They are the foundation on which investors build confidence and on which businesses expand. The central bank projects 4.5% growth in 2025, while Fitch Ratings has upgraded Sri Lanka's outlook in recognition of the stability taking root in our economy. These are not just numbers. They are signals to every business leaders here tonight that Sri Lanka is once again a country of opportunity and reliability. And because competitiveness is vital, we are committed to bring down the cost of power generation. Affordable and reliable energy will ensure that industries, exporters, and service providers can operate at full strength, giving you the environment you need to thrive. I also wish to recognize the hard work of Dr. Harshana Suryaperma, Secretary to Ministry of Finance, who is at the forefront of shaping Sri Lanka's economy and reforms. His efforts are a central part of the stability and clarity we now extend to our investors. Equally, the commitment of the delegation of German industry and commerce has been indispensable. Since 2018, AHK has been a true bridge between our nations. I commend Mr. Martin Klose, Chief Delegate, whose leadership I first experienced during my visit to Germany, and Mr. Malintha Gajanayaka for their important work in strengthening networks and opportunities. I warmly acknowledge Ambassador, His Excellency Dr. Felix Neumann, whose thoughtful engagement continues to deepen our bilateral ties and provide steady support to both governments and businesses. German companies are not outsiders in Sri Lanka. You are part of our transformation. You have shared knowledge, technology, and standards. You have created opportunities for our people and confidence in our markets. Your endurance in remaining with us has made you more than investors. You are partners in our journey toward a modern and competitive economy. As chief guest, I must also look to the future. Celebrations such as tonight remind us that success must be matched by systems that endure. That is why I will be proposing a consultation with all relevant line authorities, with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as the focal point, to ensure that German businesses operating in Sri Lanka are supported with clarity, efficiency, and reliability. The message is simple. Those who have stood with Sri Lanka will always find a government that stands with you. Ladies and gentlemen, this gala is a celebration of partnership, a partnership that has endured difficulty and now rises with opportunity. Sri Lanka is committed to building a stronger, safer, and cleaner nation, a place where businesses thrive, people prosper, and partnership flourish. Let us move forward together, not as two separate economies, but as partners in transformation, stronger, closer, and even more united. And I close with the timeless words of Johann Wolfgang Goethe: whatever you can do or dream, you can begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Thank you very much.
Dr. Felix Neumann, German Ambassador. Honorable Arun Hemachandra, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Employment. Dr. Harshana Surya Peruma, Secretary of the Treasury, Minister of Finance and Planning. Mr. Martin Kloser, Chief Delegate of HK. Esteemed guests, stakeholders, well-wishers of German investments in Sri Lanka. Good evening and greetings from Deutsche Bank. It is indeed a privilege and honor to be the exclusive sponsor of the 11th edition of Top German Brands in Sri Lanka, as Deutsche Bank celebrates 45 years since setting up its operations in Colombo. As one of the largest German investments in the country, Deutsche Bank has a unique honor in being the only German bank and the only European bank with the onshore presence since Brexit. Deutsche Bank is a niche player in the local market by design. In line with Deutsche Bank's global house bank strategy, we provide our multinationals clients access to Sri Lanka while providing global connectivity to our local corporates looking to expand their businesses offshore. Deutsche Bank's global connectivity, particularly in Europe, has helped us support the government in facilitating foreign investments into both onshore equity and capital markets since 1994. As Sri Lanka emerges from its recent economic downturn, it needs to pursue on much-needed macroprudential reforms and policy consistency in order to achieve sustained economic growth and investor confidence. Deutsche Bank is firmly committed to supporting Sri Lanka in its growth story. In closing, I want to thank HK for all the good work you do in support of German businesses in Sri Lanka while helping the local exporters to penetrate the German and wider EU markets. Partnering with HK in that sense makes perfect sense to us. On behalf of Deutsche Bank, let me wish all German businesses operating in Sri Lanka continued success. We look forward to supporting you as your trusted financial services partner. Enjoy the rest of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.